Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Deathgasm. Not our movie of the week.
Deathgasm.
But
Not our movie of the week.
Deathgasm is not only getting a sequel, it's getting a graphic novel and like an 8-bit side-scrolling video game.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. I bet you Retrosoft is making it. They've been killing it with like the retro 8-bit and style. G.I. Joe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It seems like in their wheelhouse.
Deathgasm is like the perfect combination of interests for me. You get the horror story and like legit metal soundtrack. Like that's the perfect sweet spot for me. And so Deathgasm 2, exciting.
Did you ever play Hollow Knight?
I don't think so.
It's a side-scrolling gothic horror style game, but of like, I don't know. Everybody compares it to like Dark Souls and things like that, but it's a side scroller with epic music. I wouldn't say metal, but epic music, and yeah, it's definitely worth your time. I think you'd enjoy it greatly.
Okay.
I can't see it like a Dark Souls though. I mean, difficulty, yes, but like
I think they're just saying it because of the bosses. It is a huge stretch. It is nothing like the gameplay of Dark Souls. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's like them comparing it to Cuphead. Like difficulty, yes, but no, it's different realm.
I could see Liza P. That makes sense, but Hollow Knight. They should have called it Hallowgasm. Another million sales, right?
They should just call it Tackgasm on to the end of everything.
And a band pops up out of nowhere now. Hallowgasm.
Yeah.
All right,
Mother's Day gasm.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should probably tell you what we're covering this week. We're going over the 1980s horror flick Mother's Day, not the more recent one with Jennifer Aniston.
No, do not get them confused either way.
Not that one. Not that one. No, but there is actually a more recent remake.
If you're looking for a Jennifer Aniston movie, you will be in a very wrong place.
But the
watch The Breakup.
That's actually a great movie. By the way, I stand by The Breakup.
Really?
Oh, I loved it. Just what he says about the sister. She's been through a lot of dick.
I think I didn't like it so much because I was sort of inching towards a breakup at that point in time.
Oh yeah,
it's very real.
I gotcha.
Yeah, and at the end they're like to each other, like, "You doing good? Yeah, you doing?" Yeah, and they just part ways.
Yeah,
like a real breakup. But anyway, this isn't that movie. No, this is Mother's Day 1980. I have a feeling we're gonna do the newer Mother's Day actual horror one maybe a year from now. But the 1980s one's worth a watch.
Yeah. It is. It is. It's got that good campiness, that you expect from that 80s film, And it wasn't as worse as the trailer makes it. It's not bad.
No favors.
I mean, it's got its rough moments, which is probably why this is one of Eli Roth's favorite movies.
Of course it is.
Right? I told you guys it was going to make complete sense once I told you it was. He was apparently, when he was like 12, obsessed with this movie, trying to get it at the video store every time he went, and it was never there. So he went to another one eventually, and there it was. And like it was like the love of his teenage years. He loved this movie so much, he showed it to his friends at his bar mitzvah.
That is amazing.
That's one way to celebrate it.
Is Eli showing that movie again?
Guys, I don't know if I want to go to Eli's house again.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't want to watch Mother's Day for the 500th
This one's a little messed up, people. You've got a bit of a serial marauding family dynamic, and not cute. We're not talking the Goonies here.
No.
This isn't adorable marauding.
No, far from it.
No. This is this is bad marauding.
Yeah. This is a Deliverance style marauding. Although it takes place in Jersey.
Oh, 100%.
Of all places, which you wouldn't expect.
Shares some of the same woods locations as the first two Friday the 13th.
Oh, here you go. Well, the
Yes, they
Pine
do.
Barrens and stuff like that
They look
are
familiar.
wild. People forget that.
Yeah. Oh,
Those
yeah,
areas.
definitely.
I mean, the Pine Barrens are. I mean, if you really want to go into it, the Sopranos episode, the Pine Barrens, it goes into detail how deep those woods are, and how easy you can get lost in them.
It's the same.
It's
It's like
elaborate.
playing a game where you go to the next frame and the background's the same, and then you go to the next frame and the background's like slightly different. Like there's a log falling, you're like, okay, that's my signpost. So I know like where I am in the grid. I'm thinking of like Quest for Glory games and stuff like that where you're just like boop 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 and then it loads boop 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 and you load. That's what the Pine Barrens are like. It's just the same backdrop for miles.
Yep.
PTSD of King's
Oh,
Quest
King's
right
Quest.
now.
It's
Don't
that's
go,
another
don't
Sierra
jump
game.
off.
That's another Sierra game. Yeah,
Yes,
nice.
it is.
But I did Jersey Devil.
Yep.
That's another thing that rests within the Pine Barrens.
Yep.
So we get three smoking hotties are off on a girlcation. Is the best way I can describe it.
But it's interesting because each of them have their own like issues
Mhm,
going on, right? So like Abby, she's living in New York. She's trying to get through life, and her boyfriend's a bum, taking money from her and just like using her because he's an artist. And then you got like, I think Jackie, she's got.
Is
He's
that the
an
reason
artist.
why he's stealing money from her and soaking up all this because he's an
You
artist?
saw that, right?
Mhm.
Because he's an artist.
Drinking
Yeah.
brandy and stealing. He's stealing $20, put it in his drawers. I'm like, you scumbag. Like you just
Yeah.
already know it's not good. Jackie's got an overbearing mother who she wants to murder because it's just endless, like constant
Yeah.
bullshit of like demands and stuff. She can't take it. And Trina's living the high life. She's in California. I guess she's like a movie star. She's married to a producer.
She's the one who goes
Mhm.
full nude during the swimming scene, right? Like, because that's what you do when you're swimming with your best buds, is you take
Well, yeah.
off your shirt.
Well, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Of
"Woo,
course.
Yeah.
woo,
Yeah, it's
I
just a
don't have
natural
a
thing.
freeloading boyfriend or
Of
an
course.
overbearing mom."
You also run around the woods in skirts and dresses and
As one does.
yeah.
Ticks don't exist. It's 1980. Nobody cared.
No, we didn't care about ticks in 1980.
She didn't know they were gonna do it.
Lyme's disease hadn't escaped Plum Island yet.
Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong though, everybody. Look it up. Do some research.
Do your own
Research it.
He brought the
I brought my
frog
stress
out.
frog for this
So-
movie. This movie's very stressful.
So before we go any further, we should probably Mother's Day is written and directed by Charles Kaufman. So Charles Kaufman is the brother of one Lloyd Kaufman, founder of Troma Entertainment, responsible for The Toxic Avenger, Class of Nukem High. All the great B movies from the 80s and 90s are Troma.
Throw my name. He's got a couple of A-listers in there
Oh,
on
yeah.
his resume too, doesn't he? Didn't he do
Oh, yeah.
Slither?
James
that-
Gunn started
Yep.
in Troma. He did Tromeo and Juliet.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah, he's got a hell of a back catalog.
Yeah. So just to throw out some of Charles Kaufman's credits, he wrote episodes of the animated Dennis the Menace series.
Amazing.
He wrote
Yeah, I used to watch
an
that show.
episode of the Real Ghostbusters animated series.
Okay.
And he wrote a little treasure called Winston's Potty Chair.
John has been doing a deep dive into Winston's potty chair, and I phrased that exactly the way I wanted to, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Don't think this is the last you're
Yes.
hearing of
Yes, it's
Winston
been all
tonight.
No, it's gonna be
I did not watch a half-hour potty training video for. Well, yeah, I kind of did watch it for shits and
You're like-
giggles, but
you're on a government watch list now. He doesn't have any kids. This is not okay.
so it's
Why is he
it's
watching
co-written
this?
by a man named Warren Late, who has gone on to write and or executive produce around 200 Law and Order brand episodes, mainly, which should really come as no surprise, mainly SVU. Seems to be an area of expertise for him.
He also did Criminal
Yeah,
Intent.
he did
too,
some
so
of
there's a
that, too.
connection.
I find those one plot series like those things to be almost unwatchable. Almost.
Oh man, but
Be a
if you're
Debbie
in
Downer.
you're in the right mood, you can lose 6-8 hours at a time to those. They just run together.
You're gonna catch me watching Cheers reruns before I turn on Law and Order. It's the ba-bum for me. I'm just like, nope, just turn it right off.
I was more to CSI, to be honest. I don't know, Gil
Okay.
Grissom. It was just cool, just that nuance. But real quick, I just wanted to go back to Charles Kaufman. He also wrote for one of my favorite TV series growing up, Alien
Oh, I
Nation.
liked Alien Nation.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to add that real quick because I was like, yeah, when I read that earlier, I was like, yes, I love that show. Love the movie, but the show was a nice little
Yeah.
add-on, little
Yeah.
treat on Fox.
When I
Alright.
do those, I like to sort of highlight the more unexpected things that they did. Like
Well, I mean,
Dennis the Menace and the real
Fair.
Ghostbusters.
the potty training video would probably be my most unexpected.
I mean, listen, Winston's potty chair is the story of Winston and Molly getting toilet trained. And let me tell you, Winston struggles to get it.
I mean, it's not easy for all Winstons out there.
And now,
No. It took a minute, longer than a minute.
There were messes.
30
There were
minutes.
messes. For sure.
There was messes, there was misses. It was like Apocalypse Now, all right? Marlon Brando in the
Yeah.
corner. He just needs to shit.
So we got the director and writer,
mm-hmm,
the esteemed last name of Kaufman, but not Lloyd.
mm-hmm.
Charlie.
And we have a fairly, I mean, she's not a name, but she's a fairly accomplished Shakespearean actress, Beatrice Pons as the mother.
And Beatrice Pons as the mother is what makes this movie stand out a bit.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a lot of manic scenes, shaky camera stuff, quick cuts.
Mhm.
But she's a consistent presence.
Mhm.
That's the way I'm gonna phrase it.
And
Yes, she is.
one of her more strange roles is as the wife of Officer Tootie on Car 54. Where are you?
Yes.
That is a great movie. That had
Yes.
left my brain. I'm so happy you brought it back.
Not the movie.
Oh God, the
The
TV
show
show.
with Fred Gwynn.
even better. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
she's not gonna be
yes.
in. Yeah, that makes sense.
Black and white
Um,
Beatrice Pons.
The movie
So,
is good.
for the listeners, this person, what was the character's name, John?
In Car
We just
54.
referenced her as the mother. No, I mean in
That's really the only name. That's the name
oh.
she's credited as
Yep.
is Mother.
Okay. Mother. So mother and two
Yeah, mother.
sons chance upon stalk, surveil the three ladies during their trip, and that builds a bit of tension because you see them kind of like silhouetted on the
And you-
side and things like that.
They've already established what this family is, as they, because it
Oh, yeah.
really starts out. The mother picks up these two people at a self-help convention with probably the creepiest, most useless self-help guru ever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, yeah.
You can tell the way they set the scene up. Mother's driving and these two are in the car with her. And it's clear in those moments that those two people are way worse than she is, that they're gonna, rob her, kill her, something terrible. Like, it's clear that that's their intent. And then, the
Oh, yeah.
old busted car trick and two crazy sons. And an obviously wax head on that dude in the back seat.
It was a good kill, but when they edited it, they edit the blood splatter, then his head getting
Mhm.
cut off, and then more blood
Mhm.
splatter, and I was like, but don't you guys think she looked a little bit like Lady Gaga?
God. Mother? Or
Right?
the kill? Yeah, the
No,
kill.
no, not Mother. The
Okay,
blonde
yeah,
girl.
a little bit.
Yeah, I can see
Got a
it.
little bit.
I can see it.
Now, I'm gonna twist your minds on this too. One of the sons looks like Tim Curry.
Who's still alive?
Yeah, yeah.
He's kicking. He's
Oh,
kicking.
yep,
Still with us.
still living. He's
Not
still
dead
kicking.
yet.
And he literally looked like Tim Curry, and that was Ike. Ike looked like
Mhm.
Tim Curry, in my opinion, like a young Tim
Yeah.
Curry.
Did you catch the
I
sort
don't
of
know.
historical significance of the boys' names?
Ike and
Uh-huh.
Adley.
Oh, like Turner?
I
No.
What's it? President? There's Ike as a
Eisenhower,
president.
Eisenhower, and Adley Stevenson.
okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Interesting.
that's cool.
I picked up a lot of the pop culture was everywhere. I mean, we're probably going to cover that later, but there's a lot of pop culture references.
We should compare the
throughout the whole
backseat
thing.
death to the greatest backseat death in film history, which is not the case, by the way. The example I'm giving is not the greatest, but it's the one that comes to mind every time I think of it.
Scream 2?
Not Scream 2, but that's a good one. Marvin from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
You shot Marvin in the face.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like you can also compare that to a movie that came out around the same time with a similar car death scene as Maniac.
Oh,
And
okay.
just a different, like probably
True.
pretty
Yeah.
similar budget, similar directorial abilities, like very, very similar moments. And just how, I mean, having someone like Tom Savini around Maniac, how big a difference that makes.
Yeah.
Well, Tom Savini he's amazing. I mean, everything he touches it's gold. Even if it's like the worst movie, the effects just highlight the
I
best
mean,
part
even
of it,
when
you
he
know?
remakes a classic, because he did the 1990 remake of Night of the Living Dead, and it's like, yeah,
Yep.
I think it's pretty established how much I don't like remakes.
Yes.
I like that. I really like that remake.
Yes.
And
There's a lot,
like
that's a lot of
that's
praise for Savines.
yeah,
It's good.
yeah.
The
You
Savini
It
is
holds
holding
up.
up.
you get Night of the Living Dead right, you're doing something.
I agree, because you really can't. It's like capturing lightning in a bottle. That
Mhm.
first movie, what everybody tries to do with it and then they've just stopped trying to fully recreate it. I feel like they just put their own spin on the
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
And we're in the era of fast zombies. I think we're gonna go back to Shamblers, though. I do. I think we might go back to the shambling horde
Mhm.
eventually or
Okay.
soon. I hope we do, because fast zombies are good and action movies are fun, but it's not horror. World War Z wasn't a horror movie.
Nope.
It wasn't scary in the slightest. The only fast zombie movie I found really scary was 28 Days Later, to be
Mhm.
honest.
And they're not technically zombies.
Right.
Yeah.
They're just rabid people
Yeah.
who don't die for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I don't even know what got us on this tangent of zombies. Oh yeah, Savini.
Savini.
Savini. Of course.
Savini.
Damn it, Savini.
So Mother's
Savini.
Day is it's something else. There's an aspect to the film that I feel that we should bring to the forefront of the conversation. This one's a bit rapey. It's a little rapey.
Yeah. Yeah.
A
it's-
bit.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that
Yeah.
going on in here.
I mean, it's implied in a lot
Yeah.
of films
Mhm.
too. But Ryan brought up a good point.
Ye-
It's highlighted in the trailer like it's the selling point of what they're trying to get across.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's definitely trying to cash in on some of those rape revenge movies of the 70s and early 80s. The I Spit on Your Graves,
Yep.
Last House on the Left. They're definitely trying to get some of that. And I mean, it's at its core, you could say Mother's Day is that also, but it's not quite.
It's got a little bit more soul.
Mhm.
Not well, a different.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
does.
a different mix,
Different
I should
soul.
say, because I can't say Last House Left is
Yeah.
different. Is soulless. But yeah, it's uncomfortable at times. And the boys, the lines some of the boys
Oh,
say,
God, yes.
and the fact that it's performative, almost like they're doing it for the mother, is one of the most uncomfortable parts of this movie too. You're like,
I mean,
I hope nobody
Yeah,
hears
it
the
is.
dialogue.
yeah, she is. She's not just active participant. She is full on cheerleader, encouragement, reason.
Get 'em, boys. It's really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. If you're squeamish with things like that, maybe skip this one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Speaking of children, it's got to be pretty annoying when your kid yells about being wet all the time, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
If one did such
Yeah.
a thing, then
Win-
yes.
Winston does that a lot.
It's
We're getting back to Winston.
I told you I didn't
Winston.
watch Winston's potty chair for no reason.
Well, then you do what all good parents do, and you take them and you hit them with the hose, and you tell them you don't unless you go on the potty, it happens again. That's how a good parent does it.
By hit them with the hose, you mean you turn it on them, correct? It's not like some
I said, John.
like
said what I said.
1950s police interrogation thing.
It can be interpretive. You do it. Everybody lives their own lives. You walk your own path. Just hit them with the hose.
Just got the power hose on.
The
Never
fire
again.
hose. Kid leaves the frame. But
I mean,
Winston-
and listen, this Winston kid sure has a great vocabulary for a kid who still pisses his diapers.
at that point, it's a battle of wills.
Full sentences, like formed thoughts. Like Winston, just get on the toilet already.
Nope, wants to stay a baby forever.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes it's better if you just take their head and let them test the water. Just like that,
Yeah.
you know?
You get a flush, give a little breathing room. It's a swirly. It's okay.
See,
No
you're
harm is
fine.
done.
Do you want that again? Maybe put your other end on there. That's
You shouldn't
we
taste
should
the
make
water with
our
your mouth,
own
okay?
Body training video. These ideas are gold.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
See,
Coming soon to you, Xenomania.
body,
Body
training. And as disturbing and uncomfortable as this might be, dear listeners, not nearly as disturbing or uncomfortable as some of the scenes in Mother's Day.
Okay, so let me ask you, are the scenes in Mother's Day freakier, or is Winston going to the park and visualizing every person in the park in diapers? Only diapers, no pants, just seeing them in diapers. Is that freakier? Because I think
It depends
freak, bro.
on what spirit you're watching, Winston.
Winston is a freak.
Winston is a freak. Winston's actually a tiny, full-grown man.
I think he
that's
might
the
be.
problem.
I think he might
That's
be. I think he's a small grown man with a diaper fetish.
So every time I reference if a specific aspect of this movie, John is going to bring up Winston.
Oh, absolutely.
That's how he's getting us
Absolutely.
off.
The only way this is the only way we're getting through rape.
Yeah, that's true.
Winston is getting us through this.
Yeah.
With the juxtaposition for potty training a child. One thing about the hard R word that you just threw out there is that one of the most uncomfortable ones in modern memory, I think, is The Hills Have Eyes, where they have that scene,
yeah.
and that wasn't well received.
No.
When it came out, people were like, "Why'd you do that? It didn't need to be in the movie." And then they made the second movie and doubled down on it.
Yeah.
But this film, you can't have this film without it. It's not scary or creepy or any of that without this vibe. And it's the times. It's the times.
Mhm.
100%. 1980. And the remake, what I'm interested in now,
Oh, yeah.
because I haven't seen the newer one, the newer remake.
Yeah, I
I'm
haven't
so
either.
curious how they decided to
Oh.
go about that.
It's total opposite. It's
Okay. We'll save
total
it for
opposite. It's
for
just
then, I guess. But
yeah.
I'm curious.
I'll just say, when you watch the trailer, it's night and day. It's a different vibe, and it's stars Rebecca De Mornay. So it's like a whole
Mhm.
different vibe, and just like it's not as campy.
Yeah.
We'll just say it's more.
She doesn't
straight-laced.
have the. She's Rebecca De Mornay, I feel like, and maybe it's just remembering her from like 80s and 90s movies. She's too hot to be that character in my mind.
And she is hot in the trailer. I'm just
So
gonna say.
yeah, I mean, like
That makes
would
it
be-
creepy for another reason.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Nice. They did it. They
My
got us off the
bad.
scent. When did Deliverance come out? I'm trying to think of other movies where horrible things happen in the woods besides Deliverance.
Early 70s.
80s?
Early 70s for
I think
Deliverance.
Early
Deliverance
70s.
was 74-ish.
Yeah, it's 6 years. So maybe it's just because it was that
72.
grainy
72.
camera kind of vibe. 72, so 8 years. Yeah, that grainy camera vibe and things like that. Like I said, not a lot of care taken to transitions, it feels like. Some things they slow down for. They build
Mhm.
tension. It's not a bad, poorly made movie. But when they're going fast, they're going fast with the quick cuts. And that feels like a
yeah.
1980s thing. Not 80s, like 1980 thing.
Mhm.
Mostly
Mhm.
basically late 70s.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
it's a very of its time horror movie with that pacing.
Right. Where they didn't need to do much. It's just like shock value sort
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Troma.
Yeah. I mean it
Simply to
it's
say it's
trauma sort of pre-camp trauma.
Yeah.
It's what?
Trauma.
It's Troma.
You two have been getting together. You two been
Trauma.
getting together. You two planned that.
What's
I'm not
Trauma?
biting. You dangle your little worm in front of me all you want. I'm not biting it.
Troma?
Trauma, huh? Cool.
What? It's
It's
Troma.
difficult to get through trauma.
Troma
Trauma
Entertainment.
drama.
Trauma
on.
entertainment. Not trauma. Trauma.
Brought to you with your
No
no
trauma.
trauma. Trauma. Trauma.
Trauma, we are thinking of you. All right. But
Trauma.
all right. Yeah, let's
But,
get into the movie again.
Well, I was gonna say there's a lot of analysis and themes I found about like being a satire of TV society. According to like John Kenneth Muir, he's a film scholar. He said it's a satire of our TV society since the film is littered with references to pop culture. Like in their bedroom, you see like G.I. Joe, Ernie from Sesame Street, a King Kong action figure, Batman, The Enterprise. They're eating Trix cereal. Like there's a lot of
You
TV
think they
culture
put
going around, and
Ernie
I think it was
because
just
he's more subjugated by Bert, and that's the hidden message?
damn. What's with the Big
Bert,
Bird
you're
clock?
yelling again, Bert.
As it's like rubber ducky.
Bert, stop, Bert.
See, I would say Ernie's the top.
I think Ernie's wherever Bert puts him.
I don't know. I
No,
I
No,
think
Ernie's
that's
definitely
I
the
think
top.
that's I think that's outward appearances. I think Bert comes across as, the more dominant personality, but when they get behind closed doors, it's all Ernie.
We've got our lead line for this episode,
It's-
boys. Ernie's definitely the top. Xenomania.
listen, it's like you watch the Chappelle Show, the episode with Wayne Brady.
Yes.
Ernie's Wayne Brady. Oh,
Yeah.
Ernie's coming. I had the rubber duckies. All right.
I mean, you notice it's a rubber ducky, right? Like, I mean, he's
Old school. None of this
Ye-
plasticky crap.
you know Ernie's got a gimp suit in the closet.
Rubber ducky, you're the
What other
Hey,
pop culture icons?
And Bert just hears that song now
This
and
is-
knows the gimp suit is coming out, and
PTSD
he's gonna
moment?
have a ball gag in his mouth in about 10 minutes.
Oh, Lord. It's getting rough. Snuffleupagus pops out.
Oh God, no!
No.
Don't do that to Snuffleupagus.
All right. So, what other pop culture icons were spotted that we can ruin for
Well-
everybody?
Well, they have like not like pop culture, but they also have like an argument when they're getting ready. They're brushing their teeth. They're spraying like I don't know what the hell they're spraying. under their
Lysol.
armpits, like I guess.
It was
Pea
Lysol,
spray.
yeah.
It is Lysol. All right, I didn't.
That's amazing.
Okay, I was looking. I was like, it's like, I thought it was like bug killer, and I'm like, oh, that's even better. Just chemicalize your body. But they're having an argument, and they're arguing about whether punk is better or disco is better. And it's like, punk's better. Disco sucks. Punk sucks. And it's like, just those little nuances. It's like very 80-ish. Like I guess what was the discussion and what was like into, and TV ruled
Yeah.
everything. You want your MTV,
Yeah,
right?
and by 1980, you have the rebellion against disco. You've already had disco demolition night at a
Thank
Chicago
God.
White Sox game. They
Oh wow.
they invited fans to bring disco records onto the field to be destroyed and burned. And it's the late 70s. You know how that turns out. It's a riot on the baseball field, and the game winds up being
Well,
forfeited.
Oh
And
God, yeah.
Why was it so like tuned for rioting at that time? There were riots during the Son of Sam. There were riots all the time. It's like
70s
every
was
time a crowd got together.
the 70s was a weird time. You had the
It's
riots.
discontent.
You had so many serial killers too. Like it was the 70s is a mess, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of road guys, right? Wasn't
Mhm.
Geen around in the 70s and stuff? Wasn't that when he like got big?
Teddy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, Bundy.
gotta love Ted.
Yeah.
Old handsome Ted.
Zac
Zac
Efron.
Efron. Oh, casting choices, people. Casting choices. It matters.
So I wind up with a question from like just the setup with the three girls. Are marshmallows really the only truly American food?
At this point, I kind of feel
Twinkie.
A Twinkie. There's nothing more American than a Twinkie.
Yeah,
The
Twinkies
Twinkie.
pretty American.
And it'll
It's
last
fully
forever.
processed and can survive a nuclear war. It's yellow and has a deceitful, soft, creamy interior. America.
Can we throw snowballs into that?
We can.
All right, snowballs
I mean,
last too.
But like, if we're going with archetypes, the Twinkie is the hostessiest of the hostessiest stuff.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But snowballs
Sure.
obviously are very
Outside of Tallahassee and Zombieland, I'm not sure there's
A marshmallow.
anybody whose favorite snack is a Twinkie.
I don't like them. They don't do anything
Yeah.
for you. It's like eating air.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
delicious.
I mean,
you
it's
get a Swiss
delicious,
steak roll
yeah.
or something that hits your stomach at least, and you're like, I have something. I just ate something. A Twinkie just down it goes.
So wait a minute, Ryan.
That's
How many nights
Yeah.
did you spend with a box of Twinkies and a case of Code Red?
I've never
We
mixed.
want to
them
see
before.
what it does to
That
your
might-
pancreas. So we have two. There are two
That
under your
might-
chair right now. We need to
It
eat them
is-
at the moment.
I believe that this is instant diabetes. Like, I
Best
think you
case
just
scenario.
have to crack a can and open the wrapper, and you have diabetes.
No,
That is the second time diabetes has been mentioned tonight, because I suggested for Mother's Day I'd be serving cake and ambrosia and all this sweet stuff with hot chocolate, and Jada was like, "You just want to give everyone diabetes." And I was like, "Yep, just want to give them all diabetes." I don't.
Yeah,
now
Let's
you
do
know
it.
The instant
Let's
recipe.
have some fun. There you go. Twinkies and Code Red.
Well,
That's what we're serving on Mother's
dude,
Day.
when we do a live watch, I am bringing a Code Red and a Twinkie for you to. Yeah, and I want you to dip the Twinkie in the Code Red.
You're gonna have diarrhea on
Right.
a live stream, and you're gonna have to pull
There's
up
just
your
gonna be-
potty training video to get through it.
Speaking of which, when Winston gets his potty chair, he thinks it's a hat. Which-
Yes.
I mean, which turns into a sort of offensive scene with like an imaginary tribal chief admiring his hat, but then his brother sort of sets him straight. And you don't ever wear the potty chair on your head, which also then goes into the funniest line in all of Winston's potty chair.
What's that?
When Winston finally sits on his potty chair, he says to his father, "Look at my saddle, Daddy."
Oh, those two words that too close
Ah.
together. Saddle daddy. I know there's a
Yeah.
comma there, but I'm not
Yeah,
into it. No,
That's the
no.
There's
that is the moment
no.
that Winston's potty chair got paused so I could laugh a lot.
Brilliance. I can't imagine. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall where you were doing this and taking notes. Like, this will be good when he brings up rape for the fourth time.
Ask Allison, she was in the other room while I was watching Winston's potty chair. She heard
Wow,
the
I can
reactions.
imagine. Only imagine which feed he was doing. thinking about while you were doing it.
She's-
Oh man. All right, so Mother's Day, we have the family, in quotes, the family descending upon the three unsuspecting ladies, and then chaos ensues. Not even really chaos, just dismantling of them.
Brutality.
Yeah, it's really rough.
Most of the brutality is directed at Jackie. She
Oh yeah.
just gets brutalized, and
Why do you think
rough.
that is?
Oh, you mean Abby? Abby gets the shit kicked out of her in the she's the one who's put in the dresser.
Do I have these character names backwards in my brain?
Yeah, Abby is the one she gets put in the dresser.
Is it?
It's too much Winston watching.
I know.
Jackie's the one with Jackie's the one with the glasses, I think.
Somebody pull up the IMDb.
I'm pulling it up right now. No, Abby's the
Oh,
one with the
man.
glasses.
Oh, I messed up that
Yeah.
whole thing.
Jackie's the one.
Correct.
Jackie's the one that gets put in the drawer. I knew I had that right.
My whole discussion in the beginning.
Not
All
enough
right,
Code
so
Red tonight.
earlier in the episode, Jackie and Abby is switched. I know I'm drinking good old H2O. Good old quality H2O. Support the water boy. Bobby Boucher.
All right, so Jackie catches
Mama
it bad.
said, Mother's
yeah,
Day.
Mama said. Always treat Vicky
Mama
Valancourt like a
said.
lady.
Hey,
With Mother, just do it. Like, I mean, it's very much like Kathy Bates.
Yeah, there was a bit of that
Yeah.
crossing
Yeah.
my mind, and it made it more uncomfortable. By the way,
Oh,
because I
yeah.
can't think of like a worse scenario
Yeah.
than that occurring and Kathy Bates being in the background, like "Go get him." It was not great. But back to why was Jackie the target? Do you think? Why was she constantly focused on?
I
I feel like her character has bad luck.
I think there's a level of that. I think there's also a sort of misdirection in it too, because you sort of watch the beginning of this movie and they're more focused on Jackie. Like it sort of starts as more Jackie's story, so you sort of get this idea in your head: Jackie's going to be the survivor.
Oh, and then they kill the hell out of that idea.
I thought she
I-
was.
I-
Again after that.
Yeah, definitely. The first time I saw this, I was pretty sure Jackie's going to survive, and
I thought Trina would
I
die.
was
The
sure
blonde,
Trina
I
was
thought
going
she
to
was
Well,
gonna
they
get
set
it.
her up like almost every horror movie we've
Oh, yeah.
watched. That's the character that goes in some boobish way, and take that however you want to.
And then really when they Trina and Abby get themselves freed, at first it's Trina that's the badass. You know, they search
yeah.
the house for Jackie, finally find her in the dresser drawer, barely alive, and it's Trina that like hoists her onto her shoulder and just carries her off.
That was a rough scene. I was on the edge on that one when they're just carrying her through the house. And I get it, it's campy, but it's like you feel it, man. And that's the cool thing about like this like the movies from that time too, is like you can feel the
Yeah.
emotion. Because it's like these
Yeah.
like they're trying their best and they're showcasing what they can do. They're trying to make it in Hollywood. This is as best as they're gonna do right now. So they're
And there's
pouring
not a
their
lot of
hearts out.
tricks,
Even if
too.
it's
There's a
silly.
lot of uncut camera.
Oh,
There's a
no.
lot of uncut takes and stuff like that, and the things roll for a while, and they sell it. It's yeah. I agree with you.
Mhm. And I mean, speaking,
And the effects.
we'll go back to the effects.
Sorry, I was gonna
Speaking of
s-
emotional impact,
Yeah.
I saw it in his eyes. I knew it was coming.
It's Winston. It's Winston.
it's similar to the emotion that Winston goes through while he struggles to understand how to use the potty chair, while his friend Molly not only masters the potty chair, but masters the bathroom at a gas station, on an airplane. This girl is just toileting everywhere. She gets it like
It's a lot of
A
toilets.
lot of toilets.
Molly is like just a wonder with the toilet.
And a lot of emotional impact, in that one
Lot
scene that
of-
we were talking
lot
about
of
before
you-
we talked about Molly.
You're so proud of Molly, and you feel so bad for Winston's struggles.
Thank you.
Oh, he's
Oh,
struggling.
he's definitely struggling. He's got to be careful. He's gonna pop a blood vessel working that hard.
I wish it was the same toilet as the one in Home Alone 2, where the kid's terrified to go on the potty and it's got teeth and stuff like that.
Well,
That would be cool.
listen, after the animated section of Winston's potty chair, you get two doctors discussing, and that's one of the things they're very Dr. Nelson is very adamant about. You should not flush the toilet while the kid is on there because it will
Nelson.
scare them.
Yeah, and then they won't go back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or suck him
Yeah.
down the toilet.
I mean,
That's
it
the
could-
fear.
That could happen. That could happen.
Mm-hmm. It's physically possible for sure. For sure. So in Mother's Day, after the girls all reunite, and it's a happy scene. But no, it's not. It's terrible.
No.
What happens
No.
next, guys?
Well, real quick, I want to talk about one of the effects when she's lowering, when Abby's lowering Trina down the sleeping bag. It was really cool, rough to watch though, as the rope is digging into her
Oh, yeah.
palms and you see the blood gushing out. That was really good effects because I was like, holy shit, that looks really real. And if it is, good
was
for her.
real.
She
Yeah.
made it.
The-
Okay, I was thinking about that because she's just like, huh,
Yeah.
holding it. It's just like,
That
I got a
that,
reference for you guys.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that
Cyborg.
effect makes up for the initial head situation.
ooh.
I mean,
Fair
I
on
thought
that,
the head
fair.
situation was fine, to be honest. It's just like, but it sets you up
That
for
was-
an expectation for the movie that is not what you end up getting.
Mhm.
That's true. Cyborg, that scene where Van Damme, as a kid, they put his family, they wrap him in barbed wire, and then they hold him over the well, and they hand the barbed wire to the little kid.
Mhm.
He's got to try to hold his family up so they don't drown. That's what came to mind.
Yeah.
Every time I see the rope sliding, like that,
Mm-hmm. That's one of those that
That's a
you
good scene.
definitely. There are some moments in movies that you can feel the pain, sort of, and the rope burns on the hands are always one of them.
Oh yeah. It's just Jim all over
Right.
again. You climb the top of the rope. I don't think they do the rope climb anymore either. I was lucky.
Yeah, just
Well, they
that
also
big
didn't-
rope hanging from the ceiling of the gym.
Mhm.
Don't worry, you won't fall. If you fall, you won't get hurt. There's two flat mats
There's a
there.
mat
It's
there.
okay.
You'll be fine.
Just land on your
Yeah.
back. You missed. One kid missed the mat. I forgot who it was. They missed
Not who
the
it
mat,
was,
and
'cause
we
he
they were,
died.
it's all right. Just walk it off.
Died.
It's-
They dragged
just-
him. They
they-
put him under
It
the
was
mat.
easy to brush.
Don't worry about him. He just transferred. Oh man. So yeah, that effect though was good. I do wonder how they managed it, what they might have used, but it'd be conjecture at this point. So after that happens, what do we get? We got a pretty good. We already buried the lead a little bit before with telling them basically who lives at the end. So we know two girls don't make it, and we know one of them is Jackie, and the other one is. No, Trina does make it, right?
Trina does make it. Yeah.
Yeah, Trina does make
Yep,
it. Abby,
Trina does make
Abby
it.
eats it.
No,
Yeah. No. Abby lives.
Jackie's
Jackie
the only
does.
one that doesn't make it.
Yeah,
Um.
the only one. The
You
one we
get-
followed the whole movie.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
say.
You get sort of a
She-
reversal though. When they first escape, Trina's like the badass. She knows exactly what what to do. She sets up Abby and Jackie in a place where they can be hidden and safe, and she goes to try to find help, which she thinks she finds when she finds a police car approaches. And it turns out it's just one of the boys in the car, but she,
Classic Texas
Good ol'
Chainsaw
Ike.
Massacre, but
She-
before that.
she fights off Ike. She gets back to her friends, and Jackie has died while she's gone.
Womp womp.
And that's about the moment that the roles sort of switch in the remaining girls. From that point on, Abby sort of becomes the vengeance-driven badass, and Trina's sort of along for the ride at that point. But she quickly figures it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, Abby
Yeah.
snaps. So she just snaps at it. I think it's the pressure from her mom, and just like, this is what she looks forward to every year. This is all she has in her life, and now it's been taken away. And it's like, all right, now we're gonna play a game. And like, they fuck them up. They fuck up Adley, and like, I'm just like, Adley's death is it's a claw right to the crotch. Claw right to the crotch. And,
That's another one
Feel
of
like-
those that you feel.
and
Yeah, but that
Oh,
one
yeah.
you were kind of cheering for.
and he,
Yeah, yeah. You sort
Yeah.
of
Oh,
close
yeah.
your legs up, but at the same time, like, yeah.
I was like, fuck disco.
So we get the family going down. How does Mama die? Or does she?
Suffocation by a booby.
She gets boobed.
Mm-hmm.
It's
She gets
boobed.
boobed.
Yeah.
Inflatable boobed.
Yeah.
She gets a nipple down
I
her
mean,
throat.
after probably like the weakest plea to spare her life ever. I'm a sick woman. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, at that point,
Yeah.
your health condition matters nothing.
Yeah.
I think the worst one was Ike. He gets Drano
Oh,
down his
that was
throat.
rough,
That's a
yeah.
tough
And then
one.
a TV set thrown on him. Oh yeah, and you should see the foam. Like, I felt the burn, because like, if you use Drano or anything to clear up a clog, you can smell it, and you can sometimes feel the heat, like, as you're pouring it, and just like, and just seeing the foam, it's like I felt that closure, and I'm like, he kept
Yeah.
fighting though. I
Yeah.
kept fighting that Tim Curry
Uh,
clone.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you imagine it's one choice: flail or not to flail when Drano's being poured or has been poured down your throat.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
okay,
But
deal.
and then the TV set going on top of them, that was pretty cool for 1980s. You can know that they took everything out though, because there's just, you could see through the screen.
Yeah.
But pre-Scream, Death by
Mhm.
TV.
Way pre-scream.
Yeah. So,
Oh, God,
so
way
so
pre-Scream.
far
16 years.
pre-Scream that this is like not even to the point where Scream is a satire of this.
Yeah, it's wild though when you think of
Yeah.
think of the way Scream popped off the screen compared. 16 years in a terribly long time for
Yeah.
that big of a difference in what those movies look like. But anyway, it's a
Oh, yeah.
I mean it's a watch. It's a watchy watch. If you guys want to watch Mother's
Always
Day,
watch.
you just go ahead and do it. You got to watch. You also have to watch a potty training video though.
Yes, you should definitely. I mean, especially
Winston.
once you get to the doctor's advice, Dr. Nelson and Dr. Dan are very unanimous on the fact that you should not push your child, that you should buy the potty chair and keep it next to the real toilet so it sort of becomes a routine. But Dr. Nelson really strongly advises as well, you should not immediately start with pushing your boy to stand to pee, because they can sometimes get it in their mind that that's how they go to the bathroom all the time, and they will attempt to poop standing as well.
To this day, we still struggle with that problem.
Yeah, me too. I must have been pushed too hard as a child, but, you know.
That's my take too. Yeah. So this is good advice, everybody.
I got it.
I mean,
This has been a very educational episode.
And listen, I just
Don't
want
stand.
to shout out one of the voice actors in Winston's potty chair as well. It has to be a fake name, but one of the voices is an actor named Tom Wheeze.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. So I
That is
think that
definitely
was Mother's
a good
Day.
name.
I
And
think we're gonna
Winston's
roll into
potty
top
chair.
fives and Winston's potty chair. I
And
think we're gonna roll into top fives, everybody.
Yeah.
We're getting to that time. Ryan, we got a good top 5 list tonight.
I went with Killer Families. I was influenced by Mother's Day to do Killer Families. And to start it off, we're gonna start off with a bang in a way, its own way. But 1972's Last House on the Left is my number 5. Directed and written by Wes Craven. It's similar vein of Mother's Day. I think Last House on the Left is a little more, it goes more over the top with, of course, like certain scenes and stuff and death, but it's not a bad watch, and it's Wes Craven's first film. So if you're definitely a Wes Craven fan and you want to see how he started, this is it. Plus, it is produced by Sean S. Cunningham, who directed and created Friday the 13th. So definitely watch the original. My number 4, 2019's Ready or Not. I haven't seen it. It is on my list. It's one of those I keep missing when I want to watch
Is that
it.
allowed?
So you can. I've done it a couple
That's
times.
allowed? I didn't know.
Yeah, it's
No,
allowed.
I don't actually have any problem with it whatsoever, but I just thought I was never factored that in that you might not have seen a movie on your top 5.
Well, I do the research. I read about it, and I can listen. I'm sick. I can spoil the movie and be fine with it. So I do all the research and stuff, and I'm cool with it. But Ready or Not follows a young bride who's hunted by her spouse's wealthy family as part of a wedding night ritual to worship the devil.
Cool.
I haven't watched it either.
Pretty Killer
It definitely
Families.
feels like it's got like the most dangerous game elements to it.
Yes. That's a good film too. Making me think of Dangerous Game.
Or surviving the game.
Number 3,
Surviving the game is a fun one.
Surviving a Game is a good one
Little
too.
T.
Mhm.
Got a little T in that movie. Got a little Busey. Got a little iced tea.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Well,
I like how he tricks them. They're like,
You wanna
oh,
talk about
we got a smart one. He like left the lit cigarettes in the tray and he ran the other way.
hmm
That movie's good. Oh man. All right. Back to Ryan's top 5.
well, you want to talk about survival. You mentioned the remake earlier, but I really prefer the original. And another Wes Craven film, 1977's The Hills Have
There it
Eyes.
is.
The original.
A nuclear family.
Like,
You see what you
I
did there?
I just love it. Well, they
Petting
are
my
nuclear,
cat, sorry.
and I'm forgetting his. No, I'm forgetting his name, but the bald guy. He's been in everything. Guy with the huge eyes.
Clown guy from another one in your top 5 is my guess.
No, he was in his other famous roles in Weird Science. He's one of the family members.
Oh, Michael Berryman.
If you've seen him, he's very.
Does he know this
Yes,
stuff?
yes.
He's a
There we go.
witch.
Thank you, John.
I need
No,
to see the
no,
cover.
he's a
and I remembered
genius.
His name.
I know his face. It's just since I was a kid, he has scared me. That man has scared me. The film, I still get goosebumps thinking about it. But my number 2, I told you I'm gonna
How
have
do we
a
not
twist
have a
here.
number 2 joke?
had to
How
do
did you not
research.
run in right away with a number 2 joke, John? You've been living your whole night for this moment.
Well, you see,
But
Winston. They never discuss whether Winston is doing a number 2 or a number 1. And honestly,
It's the
idea.
ambiguity that makes this film worth
the
watching.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's left for you to decide.
Like Memento.
Yes, very much like Memento. I mean, but I will tell you this based off of just number 2. The concept of a potty chair is repulsive to me as somebody who doesn't have children. We aren't talking about the thing that goes on
It's
top of the
messy.
toilet. We're talking about just a separate chair that they sit on and ew. No.
Yeah. Oh, so as somebody who's lived it, ew is correct. There's no water. All right. We're back to the top 5.
Back to number 2.
Oh, number 2. I mean, you guys love this film too because we've talked about it. It's directed by Dan Aykroyd, written by Dan Aykroyd. It's a killer family. It's got a bone saw.
Nothing
It's
but
nothing but trouble. It is a. I had to make sure. I know it's a comedy, but it is considered a horror
It's a
film.
horror
Really?
comedy.
A horror
Yeah.
comedy film. It's a horror comedy. That bone saw they're killing. I mean, you got those two guys dressed like Winston in the film.
Bobo.
All right, the John.
Bobo. Can we talk about Demi Moore for a second?
We can talk about Demi Moore for
Oh,
as
of
long as you
course.
want.
No, we'll skip over
Yes,
it.
sir.
This is way too rapey of an episode to talk about Demi Moore right now. Maybe next time, though.
Do you want to talk about the scene when they're eating the hot
No,
dogs?
I never wanted. I have an issue with food being eaten, so I can't watch that scene at all. It just grosses me out in general.
You want some?
Yeah.
Just look at his nose, ladies and gentlemen.
Nothing but
Focus on
Trouble's
the
a great
nose.
one. Murder and Family with the
Oh,
judge
the-
and everything.
They let one group live. Who they let live? It was the rap group.
The Humpty, yeah,
Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Hump.
Yeah, they let Hump live,
Mhm.
which
He
was
liked them.
which was great.
He liked
He
the
did not
girls
die.
too.
The moth.
But let's
Oh,
give
yeah.
a shout out to John
He's like,
Candy, the late great.
Yeah.
And John Candy was in it, played
Yeah,
a lovely
I love
woman,
John
very
Candy.
handsome woman, if I remember correctly. And the bailiff. He's also the bailiff or the cop, right? Cop and bailiff.
His
Yeah,
sister.
it's his sister.
It was his
All
sister.
right, so that one.
Chevy
Number
Chase had a
2
marry.
is
so
in the
good.
toilet. Number 1.
Number 1, I got to go with the classic 1974's Texas Chainsaw
Nice.
Massacre, the original Family Killers. It just warms my heart, that movie. The dinner scene. And to be fair, do you think Leatherface? I think Leatherface was just protecting his home. I don't.
Like a
They
dash
were
hound
they were invading his privacy.
with a chainsaw.
Yeah, definitely like a dash hound.
Wow. That's a tough one. I think you might have enjoyed it a
What?
little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Little
all right.
edge.
Well, they still make some good chili. That's all I'm gonna say.
Not fried green tomatoes did it. That's some good barbecue. Like, wife beating bastard.
And some John Larroquette. So you can't go wrong.
There you go. There you go. I am shocked
can't.
that the Devil's Rejects didn't pop up on your top 5.
I'm
I
a
was
little bit
waiting
too.
for it. I thought it was like, oh,
I
maybe he
was-
slotted it into number 3. No, didn't pop up.
I was gonna do a House of a Thousand Corpses, but I had trouble. I've seen the movie a few times. I had a lot of trouble watching it because it's a lot because he tries to make it horror and he's trying to make it into a music video at the same time, and it's just a lot going on. I was like, Devil's Rejects. I never watched.
I didn't
'cause
love either.
Saw a thousand.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't
they're-
like his style.
I just,
Yeah.
I think I would have liked it better though. I loved Halloween. I know that's a little controversial for a lot of people. I love his first.
the
Halloween.
first one is okay.
I know it's
The cartoon he
The
did,
first
I liked.
one.
That's about it.
El
Yeah, El
Super
Superbeasto was decent. That was worth watching ish. That belonged on MTV Oddities.
Mhm.
That's speaking of 2 MTV references tonight. All right, Ryan's top 5 ends without a Rob Zombie. Nice. I'm actually nice. It was a pleasant surprise
Yeah.
because I was waiting for it. Nothing But Trouble was a
Thank
cool addition too.
I want.
Let's hear John's top 5 potty training videos.
Yes, I'm ready. Are we
yeah.
including
Oh,
books
yeah,
too?
Yeah. What's happening to my body book for boys? No, so my actual list is bad moms.
Okay. Like
And I'm
bad
go-
moms? Like
I'm-
bad ones?
Not baddies.
Oh, okay.
Bad moms. Moms who are
So,
terrible.
Okay. Got it.
You know,
Okay.
how
Not
how
the
can we
movie,
finish
not the
a
movie.
Mother's Day episode without talking about mothers who suck?
Fair enough. Let's get into it.
That's
But I'm
true.
going to start with one who you're not going to hear on this list that's going to might get some people going. We are not putting Pamela Voorhees on this list.
Okay.
Because Pamela Voorhees is not a bad
Okay.
mom. She's a bad person. She's a villain, but she loved Jason.
No, she did.
Loved that.
She did. She was a good
She's a
mom.
good mom.
She killed a lot of teenagers
I
in
mean,
honor of that child.
Yeah.
Well, that was her whole
Yeah.
thing. That she was trying to protect her son. It
Yeah.
was revenge.
Pamela Voorhees is
All
a good
right.
mom.
Fair enough.
Good mom.
Fair enough.
Horrible dresser.
Yes. Bad dresser, good mom. Bad
Okay.
person, good mom. Okay, so my number 5 would actually probably be my number 1 if this mother was the main character's mother, but she's really just an adoptive mother. And that's Aunt Martha in Sleepaway Camp.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I-
That's a fair one. Yeah, she's
I
horrible.
mean, she's an adoptive mother after, family dies in a boating accident, and just the way she treats Angela sets off so many terrible things. And I'm not gonna. We haven't warned you about talking about Sleepaway Camp, so I'm not gonna spoil Sleepaway Camp.
Okay.
But watch Sleepaway Camp because we're gonna do it at some point, and we are gonna spoil it because you have to spoil it.
Mm-hmm. Well, we spoil every
Oh,
movie
God,
we
yeah.
review.
Well, yeah.
I think in the
We-
beginning we tried not to, but we've stopped that crap.
We did try not to, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah, forget that.
my number 4. Mom and Dad. The mother is Kendall, played by Selma Blair. And this is with a perfectly unhinged Nick Cage as well.
Nice.
She doesn't start as a bad mom.
Okay.
She just starts as an average mom, but then there's like a sort of mass hysteria that afflicts all parents that makes them want to kill their children.
I know what movie you're talking about now.
That
Yeah,
one
that's a
is,
good film.
So good. Like it was in this stretch with Mandy and a couple other things where Nick Cage got to be so unhinged and directed by people that knew how to handle unhinged Nick Cage. But Selma Blair is so good in this too, and she's the perfect bad mom.
Cool. I'm thinking of unhinged Nick Cage potty training children. Okay. Number 3.
My number 3, and this whole trilogy is going to show up on this podcast eventually. My number 3 is Ruth in the movie Pearl.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
She forces Pearl to really abandon her dreams, which are kind of modest and probably unattainable anyway, but she forces Pearl to care for her disabled, bedridden, or wheelchair-ridden father, continually just belittles Pearl and crushes her dreams until a slightly unhinged in the beginning Pearl becomes completely unhinged.
Nice.
Yeah, those. Just to say, I love those movies. I haven't seen Maxine yet, but
Maxine's not quite as good. It accomplishes what it sets out to, and it's really good at doing that.
okay.
Pearl is the best made of the 3, I think. X is my favorite
Okay.
because X
Oh,
is
it's just how Jenna Ortega just crushes her boyfriend
Mhm.
in that scene.
but
Just
like
crushes him. I want to do the scene.
that whole
What?
movie is like it's like a love story to these 70s and 80s.
Mm,
Okay. Number 2,
That's true.
it's probably the most predictable one on here, which is why it's not number 1. Margaret White, Carrie.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
She's probably the worst mom on this list, but it's too predictable to put her at the top.
She's the archetype of a school shooter's like parent.
Yeah. Hey,
Say it.
she's just awful, and she's that awful before she decides to kill Carrie
Yeah.
or try to kill Carrie. Like, she's bad before that.
Try.
Yeah.
She's
No,
not a
not
good
a good
mom.
Now belongs
good
on this
movie.
list, but now what's number 1? Who trumps that?
So we're gonna go to a movie I've talked about before. We're gonna go with Vera Cosgrove from Dead Alive or Brain Damage, however you know it, because she is
Okay.
controlling, manipulative. She stalks and bullies Lionel out of relationships and just insists
Yeah.
on making him miserable. And all
She's
that's before
castrated.
she becomes a zombie.
Which that might be more of a redemption arc based on all of this. To be honest
Almost.
with you.
I mean, I think she's a better person as a zombie than she was as a mom.
Mm-hmm. But all right, so that's the top 5 bad moms for Mother's Day. We had the top 5 families, just horrible families from Ryan family movies. All right. Yeah, guys, we're gonna see you next week. All right.
Yeah, so next week we're going to do the
Yes,
newest
sir.
movie we've ever talked about.
Which is we
Next
probably shouldn't
week,
say the title. Yeah, I was gonna
We
say
should.
tune in next week and find out.
we should, because we're going to spoil it. And this one's kind of new to spoil.
Yeah.
So we should put it out there so people can watch it. Next week, 825 Forest Road.
825 Forest Road, guys. It was a cool watch. Definitely go watch it. You can get it on
was
AMC
good.
Plus. It's like adjacent.
Shudder.
Yeah,
Shudder.
Shudder. It says it's on Shudder, but I couldn't find it on Shudder. I did the free trial for AMC Plus, I think, through Amazon, and then just stopped the free trial right after I saw it.
Perfect.
Good watch. Good hang.
Definitely.
10 out of 10. Would not buy it
Nice.
again. But I liked it. We've got a lot to talk about too with it.
Yeah.
So all right, guys.
Oh, I can't wait for you to open that Pandora's box.
All right, guys. Later.
See ya. Happy
Have a
Mother's
good one,
Day.
guys.
Be very